Hello YouTube. So it's almost Halloween. We had to do a Halloween video and we're actually going to go on a ghost walk, so we thought we'd take you along.
Take you along. Woohoo, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Smoking some Cornell and Dill Mixture Monster.
We are bundled. It's my very first ghost tour in England, so I'm super excited. Fun.
And it is absolutely freezing.
Absolutely freezing.
Okay. See you in a minute.
See ya.
Right, so we now come to what was Knight's, the Drapers and department store. Everybody know it?
Yes.
Yes, it used to be very good. Shame it closed down. Started trading in 1883. The original shop was over here to your left. This bit here. By 1911, Mr. Knight needed more space. So he took over the hotel next door, which is this bit, which was called the Grapes Hotel. And if you look up above your head, we have the newly restored Grapes. Look, and it's actually got grapes on this side of the lantern, but I can only see that. Yeah, so it was the Grapes Hotel on this side here. Still the grapes up there. Unfortunately for Mr. Knight, not only did he take over the Grapes Hotel, he also took on a ghost! Ladies and gentlemen, the Purple Lady haunts this store. So who is the Purple Lady, I hear you ask?
Who's the Purple Lady?
I'll tell you. The Purple Lady was one of the shop staff. She fell down the central staircase, hit her head and died. Nobody told her she was dead. So she carried on coming to work.
That's dedication.
Dedication. But even more scary than the Purple Lady, ladies and gentlemen, inside this store is a poltergeist! I'll do that again. Inside this store, ladies and gentlemen, is a poltergeist! Does everybody know what a poltergeist is?
No.
Yeah.
It's a spirit that moves things. Now the shop staff used to be very tidy and conscientious, and every evening before they went home, they would make sure that all the little coats are on the coat rack, all the buttons are on the button rack, all the gloves on the glove hat, all the hats on the hat stands. They would make sure that the windows were all firmly shut and the door was locked. And they'd go home for the evening. When they came in the next morning, mayhem! The buttons are off the button rack, the coats are on the floor, the hats all over the place, the gloves everywhere, the windows are open and the doors unlocked. This happened night after night and it did become quite annoying. So the only thing that they could do was to mount a vigil. They decided to spend the night in the store. They took with them all the necessary equipment. Torches! With batteries. Candles. A local ghost expert, that was me. The Sussex Sussex Paranormal Society, who came in with their infrared cameras and their recording equipment. We also had Val Hood with us, who was featured in an episode of Most Haunted. And we spent the night in the store. Ladies and gentlemen, what we found there was chilling. We went upstairs into Mr. Knight's office, which is above my head, and there we saw a cubby hole. It was the entrance to the attic. 5 at a time with one medium each. We went up into the attic and all the mediums agreed at once. It was a kind of a Fagin type area. It had obviously been lived in, so it was like a den. It had obviously been slept in. All the mediums agreed at once. It had been used as a brothel. In Reigate. Now we also discovered that in the eaves of the roof was a brick cubby hole, and we wondered what it was. We had a trance medium with us who spoke as the spirit, and we discovered that there was a nasty man that ran the girls in the attic, who would a big Bill Sykes type character, who would take the girls up the stairs, take the clients up the stairs, and there were lots of illegitimate children. So the children would be thrown into the cubby hole, and one day a little boy whose name was Tommy, who's 9 years old, was thrown into the cubby hole with such force he hit his head and died. Now the nasty man would definitely have been hanged for this, so he thought the best thing to do was brick the boy's body up in the cubby hole. Did that door just open? It did, didn't it? Did you hear that? It should be locked. Right, don't get scared. We also discovered that there was a boy who was bricked up. He was in the chimney, and his name was Johnny, and he was 11 years old. He used to be a chimney sweep's apprentice, and his job was to go up the chimney and unblock it. But at 11 years old, he was too big to go up the chimney, and he got stuck in the bend in the chimney. What a terrible way to die, we said to him. But he said, no, not really, because in those days, if you got stuck in the chimney, they would light the fire down below, and all the toxic fumes would go up, and he would die very quickly. Now, if you look on the other side of the road, you will see there is the bell. I forgot to mention, those two boys are the ones that fiddle around with all the stock at night, so that's what it was. On the other side of the road, we've got the bell. It's the smallest pub in Reigate. And it also has a ghost. His name is Joshua. He's a young man of about 21. He wears a white shirt, which is torn, and a doublet. It turns out that Joshua used to work in the Drapers Hotel, and he had a girlfriend who was similarly employed in the attic of the bell. And he used to get very worried about her. So he would go over there to make sure she was all right. Now, he's quite a shy ghost. He sometimes appears on the stairs, but when he's very confident, appears behind the bar. Now, Joshua contracted smallpox and died. And it is for this reason that Joshua not only haunts the bell, but also haunts what was the Drapers Hotel. Thank you for shining your torches upon me. I've only got mine now, look. Right. Come here, thee. About 3 times. Lady Henry Somerset, who at the end of the 1800s was the lady of the manor. She was married to Lord Somers. They divorced when she discovered that he was more interested in his manservant than he was in her. She took to religion and started a home for drunk sodden women. You know who you are. Just near Iron's Bottom. Lady Henry Somerset died in 1921. Now, as in more recent times, the building is now a school. Has anybody here been to the school? Look, down here, yeah. In more recent times, the caretaker's daughter at the school was sleeping on the first floor of the building when she heard noises coming from the corridor outside. She could sleep no longer. She got up. she went to the door. She slowly pushed open the door, looked outside, and there she saw a lady in a long grey dress looking out of the window. As she approached the woman, she simply disappeared. This happened night after night, until eventually the caretaker's daughter decided to go to the local library and look up the history of the house. There she discovered that she shared the same birthday as Lady Henry Somerset. Now, if you come here during the day, you will probably have seen that there is a children's playground over here, which has got a pirate ship in it, which I like to think is my pirate ship. They had a naming competition, and you will find the pirate ship is called the Grey Lady, after the ghost of Lady Henry Somerset. I'll just give you one more little story here. I had a group of about 25 people on this walk, and we actually came here, and rather like we've actually had an experience tonight. Did you hear the door banging behind me when I was telling the story about the door not being locked? It was locked. We did the same. We came here and I got everybody to... first of all, it started chiming 9 o'clock when we got here, which was strange because it was 9:10. And I stopped speaking, and then when I started to talk again, it started chiming 9 o'clock again. And then it happened again. It chimed 9 o'clock after that as well. And when I got everybody to shine their torches on the building, you can see there's a clock up there. Can you see it? The clock was whirring round like that. And I had 25 people that didn't want to carry on. So I have quite a lot of things happening on this walk. Right, if you like...
Woo!
So, that was the end of the ghost walk.
It was lovely. Lovely. That was so cool.
Mm.
And now I'm actually very cold.
Yeah, it's freezing.
But that was an absolute treat. And I hope you all enjoyed it.
Okay.
Happy
Bye.
Halloween.
Bye.